Caleb, how did spring go?
This spring, I wanted to set a couple goals for myself, just to be better overall, and from pass protection to run game to being a third down back and out the backfield. I feel like I accomplished that in some shape or form. So I think I had a pretty productive spring, just getting better as a player overall.
Just if you can, just what has the journey been like? What has been the challenge of learning football, or the things that you've been working on the 2 years you've been here?
Since I've been at LSU, it's my freshman year was just learning the offense, learning how to be a professional D1 Power 5 running back that plays for the SEC, and I had to learn fast. My freshman year, I think I got a taste of it. I did some good things, but I still wasn't complete. Still young, still fresh. You know what I'm saying? Not, sculptured to be the starting back for a Power 5 team yet. And last year, it was really just me getting ahead of myself, getting overzealous, and still had to learn the offense, still had to learn what was going on, still had to learn all type of stuff. And my time wasn't last year, but maybe it's going to be this year. So that's pretty much my journey how LSU has been.
You've had those moments, right, where you've run over guys and you've really flashed
Yes, sir.
your potential.
Yes, sir.
So what's the key to flashing that more?
Really, the key is consistency. Just keep doing it over and over again. Not be a one-trick pony and stuff like that. I have to learn that consistency of doing it over and over and over again. Just being great, consistency, being dependable, being the guy they can count on at all times.
What about your weight? Has that been, are you trying to get to a certain spot and stay at a certain spot, or?
Yes, sir. Last year, I put on 10 pounds. Wasn't unhealthy, just more of I was heavier, didn't have that extra step. I still had my speed, per se. It just didn't have the, the shiftiness that a back needs. And then it's bad on your knees all that way. So I feel like I wanted to come down back to 225, and that has been my goal for the spring also. And I've pretty much achieved it by now.
It's that balance between, hey, I want to be powerful, but then
Yes,
I want to lose a step.
Yeah. So basically, of course you want to run through people. So the heavier you are, the easier that is. But at the same time, you still have to run by people and get by people and be shifty, because it's not just bang, bang, bang at all times playing running back.
Last one. Run blocking, is that the number one thing that gets you yanked out of a game if you don't do it correctly?
Yes, sir. The main focus for a running back, the number one priority is protecting the quarterback. So, of course, blocking is going to be a main thing, and making sure the quarterback is protected, because that's the leader of the offense. You got to make sure he's good at all times. So, yeah, that's the main thing for us.
How well do you think that the offense is adjusting to the new guys that are coming in, especially at the quarterback position with Garrett coming back and guys like Michael coming in? How well do you guys think that you guys are adjusting to that?
I think as an offense, we try to maximize the potential of everyone. So whether it's Jawan, he's electric, he's shifty, he can get out the backfield, do all type of stuff, and at the same time he can throw the ball. We have plays for him. And for Mike, he's a different quarterback than Garrett. He reads different and stuff like that. And Garrett just being Garrett, being great at all times. I think our offense just maximizes every player's potential and puts them in a situation where they can execute.
What excites you about this running back room?
I think we can achieve something special. Caden is great. Caden does everything right. Harlem, he's being young, he's learning the offense, but at the same time, he still makes plays. And with me, I just have to be me and do what I do and just be consistent and execute at all times.
As an offensive guy, you spent a lot of time with Kyron.
Yes, sir.
How will you remember him?
I remember Kyron as a burst of energy. With him around, it was always something funny, something to laugh at. He was a great player, a great teammate, and a great person also. But when it was time to play, he was the guy in the locker room telling everybody to come on, screaming, getting everybody hyped. And I think I remember Kyron as a great teammate, great person, just a great person to be around all around.
I was thinking back at his moments. You remember it was the last game against A&M in 23 when he got the penalty, and you felt so bad about that because the record Malik and everything. You remember that?
Yeah, he's a team first player. He gets so emotional, every time he steps on the field, he steps on to think about the make a play, make a play, make a play. And I feel like I've got a piece, like I've learned from his mindset just to, be great at all times. So yeah, he's an emotional player. He's done great things for LSU, and we're going to remember him as a great player here.
Deshaun was just in here. Does it mean more to you when you're a local guy and you're playing for LSU?
Oh yeah, definitely. With my family here, I can drive down the street and see my family at all times, and they come to every single game. They watch me play. They tell me they see me on TV. Every time they see me on TV, my grandma called me, "Kaleb, I seen you on TV," and all that type of stuff. So it definitely means more to do it here because this is where I'm born and raised. I've watched LSU football growing up, all that type of stuff, and I just want to be one of the greats.
I know you're a smart guy, and I know your mom takes school seriously too.
Yes, sir.
You knocking out your hours? How's
Oh,
that all
of course,
going?
of course. School. At the end of the day, we're student athletes. Student comes first, so school is a top priority for LSU football.